wild. You opened up. So last year, the key thing that we're talking about, of course, is the 100 and what even is it?
It's 110.
Okay.
110 to the nice downslope.
Yeah.
It's like 105 or something to like the back of the case pad. But where you actually want to land is 110. I think it might be 107. It's marginal.
Okay.
You're going to go 110 90% of the time.
So by now, all of your experiences doing other dark fests has like made it not. It's by no means chill. I'm not trying to downplay it, but you know what you're doing there, right?
Yeah.
So when you turned up and the 110 was there, what were your thoughts? What were your?
It wasn't even like a gnarly. Like luckily we could ride the 90.
Yeah.
So you could warm up on a big long jump to start with, and like okay, and it was more. The scariest thing was just the first jump.
Okay.
The first jump was the scariest thing out of all of it. And
first jump being where you go straight,
just a straight air over it, just to make sure you can actually clear the gap.
Okay.
And I was stupid enough to do that as well. Me and Bienve were at the top having a rock paper scissors, so you could do it.
Yeah.
And I won, so I went first.
You're both pretty dull, big bike guys, eh?
Try to be. He's very dialed. That's all he does though, is ride big bikes.
Yeah, but you're both from similar sort of like slopey backgrounds, aren't you? It's interesting.
But he didn't really go down the like. He did a little bit of it, but not too much F&B stuff.
Yeah.
He's more of a show guy, doing like massive dirt stuff.
That's true, I suppose. Yeah. So they're big jumps, I guess, aren't they? Hardtails. They're like high speed at least. Yeah, but there's certain people that you know are dialed.
Definitely got a bit of a screw loose. I would have thought for sure. Definitely got that in common.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So you rock paper scissors, literally. Yeah, that's going on from you saying. That. So you're doing rock paper scissors on who hits the 110 foot jump first.
I had a full bit between my teeth that year. Like I had a point to prove. Like I didn't have a bike sponsored. I was like, am I even going to make this out of a career? Yeah. And got up there. I knew he wanted to do it. I didn't even do a proper run in to the takeoff. The first time I actually hit the takeoff was when I jumped it. I didn't even roll up it.
Really?
I did a run in and pulled off and stopped, and I saw BMB going up. I'm going to jump it. I was like, I'm not letting you get away with this. Steamed up the hill. Like rock paper scissors goes first, and I just went as fast as I could.
Did you? Yeah. Yeah. So you've done the run in. You know approximately what speed, but then it was
didn't know what the takeoff was like, but just thought I'm here.
And the first one felt like
terrifying. If you actually watch the video back, it's on Instagram. You'll see halfway through I go straight arm, straight legged. Yeah. Just feel like, okay, hope for the best. Yeah. Try and get this on. Back on two wheels.
What does it feel like at 110?
You just realise you're in the air for a long time. Yeah. Like it could even riding the jumps at like Woodies and stuff. Like the motion you do off the takeoff is exactly the same. Yeah. It's just you've got to slow it all down.
I guess the bike feels quite unstable.
It feels real stable.
Does it? Because
your wheels are going that fast. It doesn't really want to move.
It has the
gyroscopic.
It has the potential, I guess, to be more unstable with that amount of time. Like if you hit it, if it
starts moving, it's going to keep moving.
Yeah.
Like a couple of the boys on the 90 this year were whipping the 90, coming back straight and going back the other way. Just because there's that much time. If you pull it back early, it just keeps going.
Yeah. Boy, I hadn't thought of that. So the 110 and basically, I assume as soon as you saw it, you knew probably you were going to flip it.
Yeah, well, if it's a jump, you want to flip it. And that was one of the biggest ones on the planet, so it was a nice one to try and do.
So that was straight away, you were just like...
Yeah, bit between my teeth, let's get after it.
I guess it's easy for you to feel that way coming into it after getting 2 podiums.
Well, there's one, so I did the Rotorua one.
Sorry.
Yeah, podium Rotorua.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting confused.
Podium Rotorua, and then went into Darkfest for the 120 flip.
Yeah, so this is
this
back
year.
Then. Yeah. So back then, it's quite easy though. I can see why you were like.
I was confident. Yeah. I wouldn't say I was cocky, but I was definitely confident in my riding, and I felt like the best I've ever felt on my bike. Yeah. And to be fair to that bike being that old, the Giant I had there, it was absolutely great for what I wanted to do with it. So. I couldn't really have picked a better one.
Yeah, there you go. Giant all the way. There you go. Match made in heaven. It's a pretty cool story, actually. Yeah. I do like that story. So can you explain what a 120 flip feels like as well?
It's like doing a 20-foot backflip, just a bit longer and slower.
Where are you looking though, dude? Because I almost...
Well, if you watch, if you can try and get the pop-up or something on here, you might be able to see it. Yeah. You might be able to overlay the video. Yeah. I don't look up for a flip for like the first second. I'm literally looking forwards.
So that's
I literally
you
take off and do this until I'm like past 90 degrees. Then I start looking back.
Yeah. And whilst you're looking forwards, because I always feel like with bigger flips, and I've done by no means anywhere near what the size of flip you've done, but if I've done like a half of that, it's felt quite crazy.
What's the biggest you've flipped?
40.
Yeah, it's still the same, like
50
body
maybe.
body positioning. It's all very similar. It's just,
but it feels mad not pulling for a flip to me. I'm less gymnastic than you, so it feels like I'm really doing something quite crazy. Even to me in control, I feel like it's quite a mad feeling just doing almost nothing. It feels like sometimes. Nothing,
yeah, literally roll your eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah, that's how you'd explain a 120 foot backflip?
Well, not even that one. Like especially on like the rockets at the bottom, the big ones, that's literally roll your eyes back in your head and you do a flip.
Yeah, because they're steeper.
But the 110 is literally just wait and then having to like suck it up and then start the rotation, or you just won't clear the gap. Yeah. You'll just start going up instead of forwards.
Yeah, so God, it's. I wish there was like a way of like, you know, those Apple Vision goggles.
If you could, what if I could do that and put my GoPro footage into?
Yeah, but how cool would it be just to know what that actually fit like to?
But it's not even that. You need to like be in like a suit that you've been off it, and then it starts to rotate you or something, like so you actually know what it's like.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? But
it's all body. It's not even like your head doing it. It's all body position, like doing it through your hips and like.
But I mean, if you put on like the goggles of a drone pilot, and they just it makes your tummy go, doesn't it? It feels like when you go over a bridge in a car, like like I imagine like wearing some goggles that actually felt like it was you with a 360 camera, and then seeing what it's like to do. I mean, we're going to get closer and closer to actually knowing what it feels like to do
at some point. Yeah.
It'll still
take people like me in BMW and people like that to actually go and do it in the first place. So that's where it's really good.
Which are probably the polar opposite people who would buy 3D goggle. Which I can understand, yeah. But it's a weird thought, isn't it? Because looking forwards on that is pretty rare. There's a select few. Well, I mean, there's actually
three of us.
3 people in the world that are willing to look forward like that. You, Hodgie.
I think it's me, Hodgie, and BMW. They didn't flipped it. Yeah. Did Nicola? No, Nicola didn't. He just cased the back of it. No, I think it's just us 3.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
So Hodgie flipped it.
Hodgie jumped it once and then flipped it behind me. I jumped it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to flip it. And he's like, well, I want to flip it as well. Like, do it in the train.
Quite a wild group of people, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. So you had to do that multiple times in order to get the world record, right?
I think I flipped it probably about 10 times in the end.
Did you?
Over the whole week. Like 10, well, maybe 10 to 15 times, to be fair, over the whole week.
Yeah. And but the big one
was literally the last jump of Darkfest last year on the 110. Because the wind was terrible. And I just waited. Because I knew how it works there, because where the mountain is. In the evenings, it comes down off the hill.
Yeah.
So it comes behind the takeoff of the 110, so it just turns into a tailwind.
Yeah. So
I just sat and waited for it to be a tailwind, so I knew I'm not going to get blown sideways. And just went as fast as I physically could. Like, I speed tucked the whole way into it.
There's something nice about...
well, as Sam said on the podcast here, like I wanted 110. I did like 107, it just didn't sound that cool. So I wanted 110, and then I accidentally went 13 feet further.
120 foot. It wasn't mega harsh looking at it, though.
No, I barely bobbed my head. Like, the impact was fine.
Because the landing's so long. And
it's the parabola of the arc of the curve. I feel like Matt Jones here talking.
Yeah, that was big. I like this.
Yeah, it marries up perfectly.
Yeah.
Have you had Matt on yet?
No,
you need
tried.
To get Matt on.
Yeah, it'd be good. So he looked like he had a whale of a time.
Oh, he was loving it. Yeah. His main thing was to try and jump the 110 this year, and the weather just didn't play ball.
Yeah. So this year, after the year that we've been talking about, this year
it was 2 months earlier, so February to March, and it was just a bit windy. I mean, the conditions were amazing, like bluebird days all day, but it was just a bit windy.
I'm hyped to hear about it because loads of big things happened this year that you'll be able to fill us in on more. Hey man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
I shone like a focused spring deal.
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful transition.
Right, I've got a question for you, David, to kick this final advert off.
Yeah.
What would you do with up to €400 if you got it back when buying a bike?
Ooh, I could stay in the bike shop and spend my €400 on accessories.
Good point. Support your local bike shop. Great point.
I could take the €400 and go to another shop close by, maybe buy €400 of pasta, maybe go to the Euro store, get €400 and just, that's Christmas done for eternity.
True.
Just keep handing them out
Lottery
every year.
tickets.
Yeah, beans.
Tyres.
Chamois
cream.
A new pet.
A new pet. Perhaps a water dragon or an iguana. Lovely idea. Well, Focus are actually making that question a reality.
Nice.
Because with the Focus spring deals, you can grab up to €400 back when buying a new bike. If you want to find out more, check out the terms and conditions and all of the details in the link. We're going to put that below, and I'm also going to read it out.
Please.
Okay, you ready for me to read it out?
Yes, I'm.
This is old school, innit? Reading out links.
Yeah, anticipation.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Please do it.
I'm doing it.
I want the deal.
Ride.focus.bikes/spring deals TRC.
Ooh, nice. So that is ride.focus.bikes/spring deals TRC. And let us know in the comments what you would do with €400. Best answer wins a signed ODub hat.
Oh, I like it. Good.
All right.
I've got hats. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm good for that.
Okay.
Hey, can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah, love
We're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah.
So they can't see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.